If you are thinking of moving to the Phoenix area and you keep reading the headlines about inflation is just crushing Arizona as being one of the top states that's getting hit the hardest, well, in this video, we're going to get down to the detail, what things cost of living, housing, and what's affordable in the greater Phoenix area and what's not. So don't go anywhere because you're not going to want to miss this because the media doesn't report everything, but we are. All right, getting at you right now. Hello, it's Sheryl Willis over at the Real Agent Now group right here in Phoenix, Arizona. And if this is the first time to our channel, you're going to want to smash that subscribe button and click that little bell so that you are notified each and every time we release a new video. Look, we are getting dozens of calls every single day, and we love it. Look, if you're thinking about moving to the Phoenix area and you want to know what it really costs, like really costs, not the online internet stuff, because you're only going to find old data, or you're going to find realtors that really don't know how to report it accurately, and the media surely isn't telling you the truth. Look, we are going to get down in this video and we're going to tell you exactly what it's like. But if you're thinking about moving to the Phoenix area, it's going to be very specific to your lifestyle, where you live, the type of housing, etc. So you got to pick up that phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, weekends. We got your back when moving to Phoenix, Arizona. All right, guys, we all know the purse is getting a lot tighter right now, literally. Inflation is hitting us in every single direction. Every time I'm going to, I don't know, get my home exterminated, it went from $56 a visit to now $65 a visit. I got it. My pool company went from $110 a month up to $125 a month. I get it. My hair girl, she also went up from $90 a visit to $120 a visit. You get it, right? And then you have higher interest rates. So if you have any kind of a loan right now, you are lucky you locked it in where you're at right now. But interest rates, even though they're going up, let's face it, guys, at some point they'll come down. I don't think that we're really going to see much of a recession, at least not in the short 2022 timeframe, at least not in the greater Phoenix area. It is still very plentiful here. And that's what I want to tell you about. Even though prices have gone up in the greater Phoenix area, they've gone up everywhere. Here's what the media is reporting. They're saying Phoenix is out of control. They have the highest inflation in America. Well, that's because the average across the country is 9.6 and we're at 10.9. It's 1.3% higher than the rest of the country. And let me tell you why. Because Arizona was considered one of the most affordable large metropolitan areas just a couple of years ago. So being that we were starting at a lower price point on everything, whether it be ancillary businesses, services, hair, cars, batteries, makeup, whatever it was, we had a slightly lower price point than everyone else. And so we had a larger place to go, right? So we've caught up with a lot of the world. Although I still have to tell you, we are still a lot less expensive than the West Coast and even parts of New York and Illinois and Texas. So it really depends. But again, if we're just looking at inflation numbers, it's going to change everywhere. Let's talk about some of the things that we're probably never going to see a decline on. So my first one is, so I live in the city of Chandler. So here is my Chandler bill. I wanted to let you know that all utility companies are starting to report utility rate hikes. Again, Arizona was one of the lowest in the country. So will it be out of proportion with the rest of the country? No, we're going to see, again, within that 1.3%, like we were significantly less expensive, not just in housing, but in everything else. So that gap is now a little 1.3% less. But what does that mean for me? So I live in a single family home My home is about 2,800 square feet. It's 2-story and it was built in 1996. So for those of you who think that old homes are just energy suckers, think again. I'm the sole liver here with me and my pup. And yeah, he takes baths. So, and we do have a swimming pool and I have grass, which I'm almost kind of embarrassed to say. And here's another thing with prices going up. I started remodeling my backyard because just like anything, times change. I did leave the ginormous palm trees. It's pretty awesome. Someone actually offered me $10,000 for my tree, which of course I'm not going to part with my tree, but I have beautiful, ginormous trees. But one of the things I did, I got new concrete, and concrete is really expensive everywhere. In fact, I heard in some states you can't, I don't know what you call them, concreters, concrete contractors. They are not doing single family homes right now for remodeling because they are trying to preserve their inventory for the new home construction. I did not have that problem. I was able to get a contractor in my backyard in a matter of just a month or two. So again, as far as like supplies, Arizona, I'm not going to say we have more than everyone because there's definitely a slowdown, but it's relatively easy to get things done that you want to have done in a decent time frame. But anyways, I started doing all this. I got a new pergola and I was doing the concrete. I got all new plants, redid my entire drip system. And again, this is something when you live in the heat, you want to stay in front of maintenance because it winds up costing you money. You think you're saving money. Oh, the roof still works. And then we tell you when it doesn't, it does not. And the same thing, the last thing you want to do, especially in Arizona, is wastewater. So updating your drip system, making sure it has all new PVC and newer technology to make sure you don't have water problems. In fact, here's an amazing thing people don't realize that here in the desert, our water companies, if they see an excessive use of water all of a sudden coming from your address, they will literally come knock on your door, make sure you're aware that something's going on with the water meter. And if they don't get a response, if the home is vacant, they'll put a note on the door. If there's no response within like 24 hours, they will shut off your water. And again, they have your phone number, email, so it's not like you're going to be like without water, but they are making sure that you're not wasting water. Personally, I think that's a great idea. I have had to run over to one of my clients' home because that exact scenario had happened. There was a water leak. They didn't want it to obviously run the client, their customer, like through the roof. So they turned it off. And so they lived out of state. And so I ran over there, worked with the pool guy, and anyways, we got it all taken care of. So that's an awesome thing. But one of the things I was going to do, I was going to change from, I have regular grass and I was going to change over to turf, and the prices went up. Here's my thought. I'm going to put that on hold for 1 year, hoping that inflation comes down a little bit. Maybe some of the services come down a little bit. If not, I guess I'll pay a little bit more. But I decided not to put the turf in this year. I'll wait until see what prices are like next year. I'm even thinking about not going on vacation right now because the airlines fees are ridiculous. So again, this price increase everywhere it's happening everywhere in every possible way. But let's talk about housing. So anyways, my water bill on a monthly basis with a pool, mind you, if there were children here, that we probably would have more showers, tubs, things like that. I do run my dishwasher. People don't realize this. I don't wash my car at my house. Boom, huge saving in the water. I live by myself and I used to wash all my dishes, like I said, by myself. That wastes more money. Just drop it in your dishwasher and run it every couple of days. Huge water savings. There's little things like this that you, when you're living in the desert, that you learn. But anyways, my water bill, I don't know if I can see that, $67. That's about $60 in the summer months because you have more evaporation, and we have autofill on our pools so that it stays at a certain level. And so you're always running water there. And again, I have the landscaping, the plants. When I redid the landscaping, I did fewer plants. So it'll be interesting to see because I just started doing it in March. That's when I started in the backyard. So you know what? It's been staying consistently. It went down a few dollars a month. Yay. So I'm making some changes. All right. Here's the biggest cost. Everybody's always asking. And this is, so when you live in Arizona, it's interesting. I guess in Texas, there's something like 100, maybe more electric companies, and you can pick which one you want. That's the oddest thing. I'm from California originally. We had one, I'm sure y'all have heard of it, PG&E, biggest lawsuit of the world. And in Arizona, at least in the Phoenix area, there is two. There's SRP and APS. You know, they're obviously acronyms. I know that SRP is Salt River Project. I don't even know what APS stands for, but APS has a larger territory. Interesting enough, right? All right, so SRP and APS have obviously fixed rates. What they do is they do this monthly figuring, like, okay, last year, this is what you spent, what the charges were this month. There was this many number of days billed. So we're figuring out how much, look at how much I overpaid. You know why I overpaid? Two things. Number one, I got, I guess only one really. I got a new AC unit. Was it worth it? Heck yes. So, whoa. Again, this is why you want your home to be as energy efficient as possible. If the previous owner hasn't made these changes, these are fantastic investments in your home that you are going to save in for many years to come. So I had my old AC and I was convinced that it was still working, so I didn't need to replace it. Well, let me tell you, in the middle of the summer, from when I had my old AC unit, in the summertime, my house was running over $400 a month for electricity. Once I got the new AC unit, and mind you, I don't have solar because this would drastically drop too if I had solar. In the summer month, it went down from over 400 to 317. And then in the hottest, stickiest, uncomfortable month, I have no idea how I did this, 266. To me, that's like, let's celebrate. So what they do for my count though, is they figure out what I'm spending on a per day basis over the course of the year. They times it by the days, and then they tell me to pay the same amount of money every single month. My November, December bills were like right around 150, 140. Let me tell you, those of you who are coming from wet country or cold country, I know you guys spend just as much and more in the whole heating part in the wintertime. It's just kind of reversed here. But let me tell you, right now, my usage, they have me calculated at $2 a day with my new AC unit. Me and my dog, we're going to be paying $62 a month. And that's with my new AC. Now, I've also made some other improvements in my home. I have a new roof. I also make sure that I have the needed insulation. I strategically placed trees in certain parts of my yard so they block the late afternoon sun, etc. So there's ways you can reduce your bill, but your electricity bill will completely depend on your home. So for me to tell you what the electricity bill is going to be, we don't know. But if you're buying a resale home, we can call SRP or APS and we can ask for historical data. A lot of homes that do have solar, the sellers will provide that savings for you when you're purchasing the home. And let me tell you, I've seen some literally like $6 a month. Yeah. So each home is totally different and we'll take it one step at a time, depending on where you buy, right? Okay. Here's another cost that you're going to be spending a lot of time researching on. This is internet. Look, I work from home. Many of you that are moving here to the greater Phoenix area are also going to be working from home. And let me tell you where I don't cut corners. My internet. It is so important that I have high-speed internet all of the time and I never have to worry about it. If I was trying to just save $50 a month so that I could have cheaper internet and I was half as productive, boo. But if you just have kids that just need internet for like homework and everybody works in an office, that kind of a thing, you can get internet as low as $30 a month. And I do mean medium speed. I don't mean the super high speed. I have the gaming speed and then my computer's also, so obviously I have to work fast for you guys, right? So I pay a $98 a month, but let me tell you that $98 also includes my Cox Complete Care, which means they go into my computer and they fix it all up and everything whenever I have problems. Because I'm kind of nerdy, but I'm not super tech savvy. Point is, it really is only about $85 a month, minus tax and minus that $10 service. I was right, $87.99. So that's what I pay. Now, here's some of the other costs involved. I wrote it all down so I could make sure I got all you guys. So landscaping, it's funny when I talk about the heat in the summertime and people go, yeah, but how do you mow your lawns? I'm like, no one mows their own lawn here in Arizona. Just saying, when you can pay a landscaper to come once a week, my guy comes every other week because I don't have things that grow completely out of control. I don't have flowering bushes. Another thing, when you get a pool, you want to make sure you have the right plants around it. Again, these are things that I can help you with when you're using us to buy. So you got to pick up that phone. All right. But so my guy comes every other week, $50. $50 every other week, $100. And I never get my finger poked with those darn cactus. I'm telling you, everything in Arizona has thorns. My pool, like I said, it went up, but I'm telling you, my pool, whew, it's refreshing blue right now. I'm not going to complain. Groceries, just like inflation right now, yep, it's gone up. I've really seen, in fact, I just heard on the news today how Target and Walmart now are starting to feel the pressure on the shipping costs. So now they're going to be passing that on to their customers. That's happening across the nation. So I don't really want to talk about things that are going to change depending on where inflation is, but just overall what the cost is. But I do have to tell you, this part I don't understand. I don't understand why Arizona has such high gas prices. Like, I really don't. Like, we're really close to Texas, and even I think New Mexico is lower, but our gas price right now is $4.75, but at the same time, it's over $6 in California. So I just go to Costco. I have Sam's Club membership also, by the way. We have Sam's Club and Costco all over the valley. I don't mind waiting in line for a little bit. I just catch up on my, social media, answering your comments on my videos. And I can usually get gas right now somewhere between $4.15 and $4.25. And here, this is unleaded. Let me tell you another little secret. There are Indian casinos all over the greater Phoenix area. I mean, like every direction. I'm not a gambler, but you know what? A lot of them have gas stations. Yes, they have gas stations. And I have there is a gas station right by my house. And I get as low as $4.10 occasionally. And it's funny, like on the different social media sites, everybody's like, oh, I found gas really cheap. Well, I'm not going to go across town for a nickel a gallon, but the Indian reservations tend to have a little bit less if you are near an Indian reservation. Here is the other positive things. Let me tell you, we have no toll fees on any of our freeway systems. We don't have any bridges. Very few towns have parking fees. The only place you're going to pay for parking is downtown Phoenix and downtown Tempe, and even only parts of downtown Scottsdale. That's it. The rest of the state is free. Yes, I really did say that. Here's something too. So we have a ton of national parks, a ton. If you didn't know that, people don't realize it's not just desert here in Arizona, by the way. We have lakes, we have trees, we have camping, we have every single type of topography that you can have, with the exception of the ocean. But we have very, very large lakes, even though they're half empty right now, that have grainy sand. So if you don't want sand in your pants, this is a great state to live in. But I was with my parents, and my mother's husband has a handicap placard, actually a handicap license plate, and they live in California. And they're so used to paying for everything. They have to pay to park at the parks. They have to have a park membership. This is like local city, county parks. Like, it's insane that you pay for everything there. So anyways, I met them in Nevada, and they came to California. I'm sorry, they came to Arizona, went to Hoover Dam and all those places. And they couldn't believe how they were waving us in for free. We were going to national parks in Arizona. We were going to different monuments. We were going even just to regular parking garages. And they were like waving them in. No, because they were handicapped placards, license plates. We respect senior citizens, and they get a lot of benefits in Arizona. So you're going to save some money if you are a senior citizen or have a handicap placard, just to let you know. Income tax. We are one of the country's lowest income taxes. All right, aside from Washington State that has 0, I think there's another one in there too. But let me tell you, every state gets their money one way or the other. Let me tell you, having one of the lowest income tax rates, which is 4.5% here in Arizona, is a 9% discount from California. If you just change your mailing address from anywhere in California to anywhere in Arizona, you're going to be taking home more than 9%. Did I say that right? You're going to be taking home 9% more money every single month. Think of what that would mean in your pocketbook. So with everything else, slightly lower cost, like compared to California, for sure. So everything's a little bit less expensive, everything from housing to service to getting your teeth cleaned to medical care to everything. And then you get to take home 9% more. Think of the freedom you're going to have. It's insane. Property taxes are ridiculously low here in Arizona. And you know what I love about Arizona? They think about the infrastructure before they start building. What a concept. If you go out to the 303, and as Arizonans always put the word "the" in front of it. If you go out to the 303, you're literally driving through the desert, going from nowhere to nowhere. You know why? Because they are expecting another 10,000 homes out that direction over the next 20 years. And so they thought, oh, maybe we should put the infrastructure in before we build the homes. So let me tell you, that word Melrose, it's not applied here in Arizona. So again, what a great reason to move to Arizona. As far as income tax too, we do have a really low income tax, like I said, and you know why? Because we have over a $20 billion tourist industry, and we collect almost, just last year was almost $4 billion in sales tax revenue just from tourism. So you can see there's a lot of savings in the greater Phoenix area, not to mention housing. Housing has gone up, not gonna lie. Housing has gone up quite a bit, as well as rents. Rents are affected by inflation. Housing prices are not. So housing prices here in the greater Phoenix area, they ain't going nowhere for a very long time. We are creating more jobs than we are building homes. We have more people moving here than we have enough housing for. With the interest rates up right now too, homeowners aren't really moving. But you know what is really great for buyers right now? It's less competitive with the higher interest rates. So if you're thinking of buying, now is a fantastic time to buy in the greater Phoenix area. All right, guys, I've just touched the iceberg tip on the cost that is associated living in the greater Phoenix area. That was a tongue twister. What you need to do is you need to pick up that phone and give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, weekends. We will answer your questions. We'll talk about the housing that works best for you, and we'll make sure that you understand the costs associated living in the Phoenix area. All right, guys, until next time, make sure you subscribe and tap that little bell there so that you're notified when we have new videos. And I want to hear from you soon, super soon, please. Thanks. You take care, and we'll see you then. Until next time. Bye.